On this episode, we're talking about Juneteenth and the Summer Solstice. They actually happen on the same day.
Hey, I'm Lee.
And I'm Ronnie.
And welcome back to Jupiter Juice, your cosmic check-in for all things astrology, pop culture, and spiritual self-discovery.
Yay! And Summer Solstice is about like your seeds coming, blooming, right? You're finally reaping what you've sown. And yeah.
We eating good. We going to the farmer's market. Yes. We taking ourselves to the farmer's market. We selling it. Okay. Everybody eating. Everybody like, dang, she got a really good watermelon. Like, she got her. Was that racist? Wait, let me stop. Let's cut the camera.
Oh, fuck. Cucumbers.
Yeah, strawberries. I don't even think watermelons are summer.
Huh?
Man.
No, but she love watermelon though. Like,
I do. Like, come on. Like,
she love y'all. Lee loves watermelon. I had a bowl of watermelon. This girl was gone.
I devoured that. I remember that.
Yeah.
It is good.
So, no, it's not.
And I have watermelon juice in my fridge. Right now.
I could not with you.
Constantly.
But yes, we definitely wanted to talk about Juneteenth because I'm so glad it's being celebrated regularly. And it's like, you know, any other like American holiday. Joe Biden, we did it, Joe. 2021, he actually signed it Juneteenth into law on June 17th, and it's only been 4 years, and you know that's freaking crazy, and it's disappointing, and America. Insane. But whatever it is, what it is, we are here. It's being recognized, it's being celebrated, and I love it. I love it's like a black holiday. Come on, like
love
celebrating our people. And like it's like the 4th of July, because you know, like as a black culture, like a slight tangent, but like it always felt weird celebrating 4th of July.
High key. For me, it was the Old Navy shirt.
Yeah,
like, for
that's
me,
what I'm saying.
That's the main
Navy
thing.
Shirt. I worked at Old Navy. I worked everywhere.
Did you?
Yes.
Seems like a good job, chill job.
Yeah, but I rarely celebrated the 4th of July. I'm like, why?
I don't like fireworks. Like I don't like hearing all that. I don't.
They gonna black folks show.
It don't matter what day.
In this neighborhood, black folks gonna pop some fireworks.
And shooting guns.
Yeah, shooting guns. Girl, they was popping fireworks on my birthday. Wasn't no holiday on my birthday.
It's Ronnie Day.
Yeah, so anyway, I digress. But we want to talk about the history of Juneteenth a little bit and then we'll get into how it actually correlates with the summer solstice and the symbolism and spiritual, vibe of the whole thing. So
yeah. So in 1863, good old Abe Lincoln went ahead and signed the Emancipation Proclamation into place, essentially freeing all slaves. Sure. So a lot of slave owners and what have you fled to fled to rebel states and Confederate states, the biggest state being Texas. So they just kind of were like, whatever, we're going to do our own thing. We're just going to do it in Texas. Bye. And there was a whole war going on. So they were like, they weren't able to police this as much. Plus, it's 1865. They don't really have that much technology. They don't really have that much things into play to actually put a stop to things. So, here comes the year 1865. In April of 1865, Robert E. Lee surrendered, and that freed up more Union troops to kind of make their way into Texas so that they can actually start enforcing the law. So they went to Galveston, Texas. It was a general. I did forget his name, but hey, general. I think it started with a G. Gigi. So Gigi went to Galveston, Texas, and he read his act on June 19th. 1865, and he said, hey, we ain't going for this no more. We're gonna start policing you guys way more about the slaves. Like, what the fuck? So that is when Juneteenth was coined. There's people celebrating. Of course, there was a lot of slaves, or former slaves. They didn't have a dime to their name. They didn't have property. They didn't have a lot of things, but it was still something to celebrate, and they still made sure they celebrated on that day. Yeah. And every year since then in Galveston, Texas. So in 1867, it actually became a recognized holiday in Galveston. In 1872, there was a reverend, and he went ahead and raised $1,000 to purchase 10 acres of land to build what is now the Emancipation Park so that they can celebrate freely. Because, of course, when they're celebrating around that time, white people are messing it up. They're not letting them celebrate. They're being very violent.
Yeah.
So he carved that space out for them. And it wasn't until 1980 January that it actually became a recognized holiday in the state of Texas. And then we already talked about it in 2021, it became a federal holiday.
Yes.
So, and that's honestly, like, I knew about Juneteenth, but I didn't, like, you know.
I started celebrating Juneteenth before it was signed into law. Like,
same.
I think I got booked to play a festival in 2017 or 2018, and it was oh my God, it was beautiful. But yeah, that was actually, honestly, around the time where I really got to know, like, what it was about. And I was like, this is cool. I was like, wait, it's not a federal holiday? But then it actually became one. And because of, you know, the Black Lives Matter movement, I know there's, like, controversy around that movement, but yeah, that's kind of like what sparked it because of all the protests that were happening during the pandemic. So yeah, I think it's beautiful. I'm glad that people are regularly celebrating and wanting to come together. I also like to tie it in, like, to the summer solstice because, you know, the summer solstice basically, you know, represents illumination. Everything is seen. Right. Yeah. Truth is revealed. Yeah. So when it comes to, you know, Juneteenth, it's like, hey, like, you can't hide under the rug anymore with the BS. Like, it is being illuminated and put on the forefront. I also think, like, what's going on during that time astrologically and how it correlates with what's happening right now in in America, but right now, like, the peak protests that are happening in Los Angeles right now when it comes to the immigration, it is crazy. It's, like, literally mirrored.
The parallels
are crazy because Uranus was in Gemini during that time, and as a lot of us, you know, people in the astrology world know, Uranus in Gemini usually comes with some type of revolution, some type of war, some type of you know, independence. So back then, it definitely dealt with us in our freedom, French Revolution, Haitian Revolution, and now we have, you know, our people here in America. Mexican people are definitely at the forefront, but any anyone with a Latin Latin background, or honestly, there's a TikToker who goes like, you know, he's dark skinned, he's like the biggest TikToker ever, and he goes like,
oh, yeah.
So he's Italian. Well, yeah, he has Italian citizenship. So he was in America, apparently. He overstayed his visa for like a couple of weeks or whatever. He was going back to Italy at the airport. Immigration tried to arrest him, but he voluntarily left. Of course he voluntarily left. He was leaving.
Like, bye.
So, like, they're not just...
tell y'all descended from slave catchers.
Like, they're not just targeting... Like, this is the start. When it comes to, like, you know, Mexican immigrants. Exactly. It's the start.
Uranus was in 29 degrees on June 19th, 1865. So that's the last degree of Uranus. That's the accumulation point.
Yeah, and we're going into it.
We're just beginning.
Yeah, we're just beginning because Uranus moves to Gemini on July the 9th. So... those
right after the U.S.'s birthday.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And Neptune was also in Aries.
Neptune was also in Aries. They had a lot of 8th house energy going on. Pluto was in the 8th house in Taurus.
Yeah. Moon was conjunct Pluto. And the moon and Venus were exalted and conjunct Pluto.
Yeah. So transformation.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and it's just kind of getting back to balance. When any Venetian placement is about to me getting back to balance, and then when you throw Pluto in there, it's kind of getting back to balance with a little bit of spice and kick to it.
Yeah.
And the 8th house is like, and we're getting our lick back. Well,
yeah, you know,
we're getting our
we're getting what do y'all think? Old.
Exactly.
You know, like, I'm proud to be Black. I'm very honored, you know, to have that lineage and ancestry. Because the thing is, like, I will say, like, us as a people, we can't get in our own way when it comes to a lot of things, but it's because of trauma, you know, at the end of the ancestral trauma. And I think right now with Jupiter in Cancer deals with emotions, and it can highlight wounds, and it brings about a time and a abundant time to really focus on true healing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I think having Jupiter in Cancer kind of softens things a bit. I think with Jupiter in Cancer, like we spoke in our last video about Jupiter in Cancer, it is a time to come together because we have been so divisive. And I was actually talking to one of my friends, and she was like, a lot of people are you know, like everything is polarizing right now because so many major transits are happening. A lot of like big transits are happening that last not just like a few months, you know, like a year plus, you know, 7 years.
Not a new page, not a new chapter.
So this is unfamiliar territory for you know, all of us.
Yeah.
But with Jupiter in Cancer, it invites that cushioning when it comes to, like, you know, fellowship and healing and relying on one another and realizing, like, what we're going through is complete and utter BS, and like we really do need to come together, and we got to do something if something's going to change. And we can't do that with an individual, you know, like holistic mindset. Yeah, like we can't do that. So yeah, I don't know, I just think it's very interesting. It was, you know, something cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think it's great. I think it's the perfect time there is a lot of collective healing, and like when healing happens, you think it's going to be like, oh my God, I feel healed and blessed. Yeah. And it's like, no, it's actually really ugly. And it's actually very ugly. Gets really dark a little bit, and all the gunk just comes up and comes out. And it's like, do you want to be alone in the bathroom throwing up, or do you want your friend to hold your hair back? You know, sometimes you do want to be alone. Yeah. But I think right now it's more of a let your friend hold your hair kind of moment. Yeah. And just let them, just allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to really be a part of something. And I know a lot of people over these past few years definitely have, including myself, have been so burnt out by all the just back-to-back horrible news. Yeah. Back-to-back horrible, like, regression of society. And it's like, it's hard to hold on to hope. It's very hard to hold on to hope, especially if you're by yourself. And we do all have a responsibility to each other at the end of the day. And we have a responsibility to ourselves as well. Yeah. To show up for our own healing, so that we can show up in this for the world. And be able to be a part of something, like be a part of something greater, especially right now. It's very needed. So it's like, that little bit of push of like Cancer, homey, nice energy can definitely like get you moving forward into a direction where it's like rejuvenation. I think that's what it makes me think of, because it's like Sagittarius. I keep thinking of Sagittarius. I know Pisces is Jupiter too, but it's like fire and water. You mix those two and you get steam, and steam is just a detoxer. It's just like, literally,
I love that.
I love that. Toxins.
Get all the gunk out.
Yeah, just let it all out.
Get all the mess out.
It's like a sauna.
Yeah, I love that analogy. I just want to say, before we like wrap this up, what I do want to say to the people out there protesting, everyone in LA right now. I mean, I know we have it bad here in Georgia. I know they are doing some things out here. Those popsicle people.
Man,
the popsicle people. We're gonna call them popsicles. But they're out here in Georgia as well, heavy. But I just want to say to people out there protesting, out there fighting, you know, we stand with you. I'm also very proud of you for standing up for yourself and fighting for, you know, your community and your neighbor. I send you love, peace, hope. Like, I actually might burn a white candle tonight for that because
I think that's a great idea. I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah, that's something you could do as well. Like, if you want to, some type of ritual or something, just to send healing and protection to the people
Everybody on the
out
front
there.
lines. Everybody on the front lines.
Yeah, everybody on the front lines. So yeah, because it's really messed up what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sending y'all love. Just stay safe out there and stay grounded, stay connected.
Absolutely.
As best as you can. I know that's easier said than done.
And if you have, your family members that are going through that and you're having to support them, I can't even imagine what that would be like.
Yeah.
To just be ripped away from somebody, especially a parental figure.
Yeah.
It's...
I already told you, like, I went to summer camp and I was away from my mom. I starved myself. I didn't even eat. I couldn't eat.
Yeah.
So, like, I couldn't even, imagine what that type of trauma is. And it also correlates to, like, a little bit to our ancestors and their trauma and being ripped away from their homes and crossing the seas and being shackled and everything like that. And then, see your family member thrown out. I don't know why am I getting emotional. I was literally
about to cry.
Yeah, like thrown off a boat. Like I just can't. Like, just why am I? Wow, this is weird. I feel like I'm channeling something. It's like I'm envisioning. It's like I feel like I'm there a little bit. It's just the weirdest thing. But like how dare they? Like, how dare you? And that's the reason why I don't want to come across as that person, but I don't care.
Come across.
I will always be for Black people, first and foremost. Period. I don't care about pacifying, teaching. It's out there.
You should know by now.
You can go on ChatGPT and they'll give you a whole history lesson. Okay? It's all about our people, our community. So the time is now. It's in the stars, as above, so below.
Yeah. Be responsible.
Be responsible. Period. And also, it's just about to get real. Let's just keep... It's about to get real. Uranus moving into Gemini. History tells. Yeah. We're on the brink of some type of revolution.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's been building up. And it's just like, I feel like we were purposely, especially with technology and social media, we're just being purposely kind of, our energy is being kind of drained.
Stifled.
And because they didn't have social media around those times. Yeah. So it's like, they had a little bit more energy and a little bit more brain power. Yeah. Because they're trying to take away our literacy, our attention spans.
They just want us to have more babies.
Yeah. And it's hard. It is hard to stay focused right now. And Saturn and Aries right now, I feel like can be a great lesson to that.
For sure.
And it's interesting because I just thought on Juneteenth, the original Juneteenth, Saturn was in Libra. So it's like they're opposite. So that's interesting. But yeah, it's just like time to reroute yourself, get yourself together as much as you can, because it's... Believe me.
But I think us having that Jupiter in Cancer is definitely going to help carry people through and like get them to the finish line and get them to the actual revolution and the victory. I think that's what's going to help. Jupiter is going to open you up. So a lot of people are going to be more emotional. It's going to be on the forefront, but also embrace that. You feel how you feel, embrace that. Show up for that. For sure. Heal that the best way you can because that energy is here to support you.
Absolutely.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see what unfolds.
Yep, I am too. And I hope y'all have a happy Juneteenth.
Yeah.
So.
Grill.
Have fun.
I wonder what I'm gonna eat.
Oh, where them fans at? Hey. Where them fans?
Why is that so hard to do, too? Like,
it is. I'm so tired doing that. I love to do just what you did. I'm like, pretend like
you be learning them dances. Hi, Ty, if you see this.
Hey. So this wraps up our episode, our Juneteenth and Summer Solstice episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We just wanted to give like a little history tidbit today. And also just to let you guys know, we are doing a giveaway. So we are offering a tarot reading by the beautiful Lee. And then we're offering a birth chart reading by myself. And it's one question for each of us. So the rules to enter this contest, because I don't know if people listening, but listen up, okay? You have to be subscribed to YouTube. Period, point blank. Subscribe to YouTube. You don't have to, if you don't have TikTok or Instagram, it's cool. But you do have to be following us on TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah.
And also comment on this video as well. Just leave a comment. It's like, hey, what's up? We love a reading. Or like, I love the video or whatever. But it's really simple. We just want to give back to our community. We just started Jupiter Juice a couple of months ago. And we have great supporters, and we want to show our appreciation.
Love y'all.
For our supporters. And, it's just our offering to you guys. Because we are of service.
Absolutely.
Our composite sun is in Virgo. So
Is it?
yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, it's in Virgo.
The sun?
Yeah, the composite sun.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because the midway point between our suns.
Yeah, because it's in the 10th house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're supposed to be doing this.
Oh.
Yeah. So teachers are.
I gotta tell you about a dream I had. Okay.
But yeah, so we hope you guys. We hope you guys interact with this post. We hope you guys enjoy this post. We thank you so much for tuning into Jupiter Juice. And other than that, I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Lee.
And thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you guys next time. Happy Juneteenth.
Happy Juneteenth.